Hey everyone, welcome to another video. So today we are going to install some ditch lights on the 5th gen 4Runner. I didn't want to do this video because there are already many videos about ditch lights, and it's the Baja Design or the Cali Raised, and there are so many other branded companies. Uh, but I didn't buy a very expensive ditch light, and I didn't know how the quality will be, and the package came. I just opened it and the quality looks pretty good, and there are a few things I really like about it, which is why I wanted to do this video and show you. You always do not have to pay $200 or $100 for a pair of ditch lights. I do not know. I'm hoping that will be the conclusion, but I'm not sure yet. I have not installed it, so we are going to first install it and then turn it on at night and see how good they look. So here's the ditch light. It's aluminum made and powder coated, looks super sturdy. It's heavy and solid. And here are the brackets. Okay, so in most of the brackets that you see, they have like two holes here that goes on the hood, and this is where you mount the ditch light. But this one has got extra 3 holes here through which you can route the cable and basically use zip ties to tie them around. You don't have loose hanging hair. The other day I was looking at the installation videos on YouTube, and I saw there was one guy whose cable was kind of like this around the ditch light and looked super ugly, and he had no ways of tying it up. But this is a very cheap ditch light. I bought it off eBay. I just wanted to give it a chance. Not everything has to be super pricey. It depends. Like if you're changing your suspension in your car, yes, it has to be a really good one. It has to be nicer one. And if you're doing the roof rack, yes, I understand it has to be a solid one because it's going to carry a lot of load. But this is just an isolated piece of appliance. If it's bad, I can just throw it and get another one, spend another $100 and get what everybody has. So I thought I'll take a chance and just give it a try and see how it looks. So for starters, I got this off eBay. It comes as a pair. I've got 2 of them. These are on eBay it didn't say very clearly what's the wattage on this, but it was 60 watts. That's what it said. I'm guessing combined both is 60 watts. Otherwise, if each one of them is 60 watts, that's a lot of wattage. It's an LED, so it's supposed to be super powerful. So we'll see that. It came with a bunch of cables, and there's a switch and everything, and there are relays and fuse. We won't need any of these, so I'm gonna cut these wires and use my gang switch that I installed in the previous video. It came with the mounting brackets. So yes, the most interesting thing, how much did I pay for it? I paid $35 for a pair of ditch lights. These are 60 watts, and construction, build, and everything looks super nice. It is waterproof, and so let's test it out and decide ourselves, is it worth buying a $35 ditch light pair, or we should just go and buy those branded expensive ones. Let's do it. Okay, I'll start with the installation of the driver side bracket first. So this side goes on the driver side. Remember, this right angle is facing outward, so this is how we're gonna put it. Okay, and yes, this is how we're gonna put it. So it's gonna go like this. If I use this one, you can see this part is going to obstruct with the edge of the arm that's holding the hood. So this is the one that goes there. And these are $35 ditch lights. They don't come with any instructions. All right, we'll just get the top bolt out first, and okay, you don't want to mess up any alignments here. And then we're going to take out the second bolt and then just slide it in. That way your hood doesn't get misaligned. It's little tight, not too tight, very little. but should work. Let's tighten it a bit more so that it still moves but doesn't get misaligned. It should come out with my hand, I guess. I'm just holding the corner with my right hand just in case it tries to get misaligned, and it didn't try, so here we go. Now for the other side, I'm gonna do the bottom bolt first and see if that makes any difference or if it helps. So I got my trusty camping light here. I hope we can see better. So here's the bracket. Do I have to remove this? Maybe. Okay, here's the windshield wiper. Sorry, the wiper fluid cable. You can just unhook, press and push. It'll come out. I'm gonna do the bottom one first here and see if that makes any difference in making the job easier. Okay. So another lesson that I learned is when you do this, whether you do the bottom or the top one, you need to tighten up the screw really good, not just a little bit. A little bit won't help. It'll still get misaligned because of the weight. Okay, let's remove the top one now. Okay, you can all hear the crick crack sound. That's probably the sound of misalignment or being. I'm going to give it a little support, holding the corner, and put this here. Okay, I think doing the bottom one first is a better choice. It wasn't that difficult. And I gave a little support with my left hand. And what exactly did I do? Jesus Christ. All right, after a major blunder, the bracket has been installed, as you can see. So what happened was, like, this part by mistake I left it inside. It was quite dark, so this mounting bracket piece was under the hood. It should have been out here. So that was the mistake I made, but now I think we're good. Okay, all right, so I had to redo again. So I will again reiterate, if you are opening the top bolt first, which is also possible, that's what I did this time when I was correcting my mistake, you need to tighten it really well so that your hood doesn't get misaligned, and you'll still be able to hold this piece and pull it outward and align with the second hole. It'll work. It'll just slide and work. So you need to tighten it really well. Not all the way, but maybe say 80%. You have to tighten it. Then your hood will stay in space, in its right alignment and position. Alright, with both the brackets installed, what we're going to do is close the hood, make sure everything is fine and the rest of the work is easy peasy. And we're going to mount the two lights and then wire up to the gang switch here. It's slowly getting dark, so it's getting a little hard to see. Alright, with both the brackets installed, the alignment looks good. No problems whatsoever. The lines are straight. I do not see any problems, so I think we are done with this part of the job. Okay, now I'm gonna get the lights and mount them and show you how it looks, and then we're gonna wire it up and test it. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright people, the ditch lights are installed. So last evening it got a little dark by the time I completed and the camera was not able to capture it. There's some missing footage, but it's a pretty simple, straightforward install, and you can see this is how it looks. My first feedback is it sits a bit high. That's fine. And I think one major drawback is this is how the bottom plate looks like. So the way the bracket bends, if I align it straight like this, it's gonna light up my hood. It's gonna be really weird. And same with that one. And yes, I did check. I didn't mistakenly swap the brackets. This is the right bracket for this side and that's the right one for that side. But that's one thing was a little weird why it's like that. But probably I don't know, I can't guess the reason. So I'm gonna check on some other brackets and maybe talk to my friends and see. But you get what you pay for. $35 for everything, right? I might swap the bracket in the future if I don't like it and they keep slipping and if they're not stable, but for now they look pretty stable and they're not moving, so I think I'm okay. Now all we need to do is do the wiring. So I'm gonna get the wires from that side all the way here and get another one from the gang switch to there and connect all the three, and that should complete the work, and then we are good to test it. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so I have zip tied everything here. You can see the cable is here, the wire is here, it's zip tied here and here under everything. So what I did is, like, there are two clips here, one is here and one is there, and I put a zip tie from under it, so that's going to hold the wire and gonna come down to the engine bay from there, like that. That way I don't have to, I could have brought this wire down here like this, here through here, and tied it up with this this conduit, but then I'll have two wires coming down like this, one on this side and one on that side. I didn't want that, so I'm gonna take this from under the hood like this all the way there with those two clips, and there'll be only one wire coming down from there and go into the gang switch, and that's pretty much everything. And the wire that came is already, I'm gonna use, here's a longer end and here's a shorter end. The shorter end is going to connect on that side, the longer one on this side, and this middle portion is the one that will be held by those two clips in the middle. And then I'm gonna just trim it somewhere here, and this is all I need to connect to the gang switch, which is right next to that corner. All right, I'll wrap up this and we'll see how it looks. All right, the installation is finally complete. So I've connected them to the 10 ampere circuit. Right, it goes under it, comes out from here, this is, and here it goes, and there's connected, and this is joined, it connects there. It's all connected in parallel, the two reds and the two. blacks. All right, so the moment of truth. Let's test it. Okay, so let's turn on the ignition and the switch comes to life. And this is the switch, that 10 ampere switch to which I'm configuring it. I gotta put the sticker on it for ditch lights. And as you can see, the lights are on. Let's go check it out from the front. And there you go, there they are. Let me lower the hood a little bit and let's see how it looks. They are bright, super bright. If I stand right in front, you can see how bright that is. And same here, you can see how bright this is. So it'll be better tested in the evening when it's a little bit dark, and we'll see how much it lights up. But for now, I think the project is almost complete, and all I need to do is tuck in the wires. Like I said, I have two zip ties hanging, one here and one here, and I got to tie up the wires and insulation tape on those two connections and here's, and then I think we're good to go. And my dog is extremely impatient, he wants to go for a walk. All right, it's late in the night and I do have some outdoor lights on here and some more here, but I think it's the perfect time to test out the ditch lights. So let me go turn them on and show you how they look like. And these are the ditch lights. There you go. Well, here they are, they're on. So they're slightly pointed forward, but they need to turn a bit more on this side and more on this side. And you can see it's more brighter when it's already pointing to the side, but it's more brighter when you come this side. It looks a little less bright in the front, as you can see, and again when I come here it looks more bright. So it's already pointed sideways, but I guess we can point it a little bit more to the side, and it's throwing enough light on the side. You can see that it's completely lit up, and so on that side. So I think for $39, I think this is okay. I think it's not that bad, and this is an isolated component, so if I don't like them, I can always change them and throw them away. And I think they'll work for now. The only concern I have is during winter when it rains in California, will there be any problems with condensation? Water gets inside and then I have vapors inside and some water staying inside, some insects and all that stuff. So in order to avoid any water getting into them or avoid any condensation inside them, so what I'm going to do is use some black color silicone and seal up the joints. That way I'm well prepared for the winter. And I think for $35 you get the brackets. The brackets have holes for zip tie and tying up the cable, and you get the lights, you get the mounting hardware and everything. I think it's not bad. $35 from eBay, and I think I'm happy with them as long as I don't face any problems. And if I get into any problem with these lights, I'll make sure to do another video and talk about them. But for now, they seem okay. For this is what you get what you pay for, $35. And I touched them, they are really not hot. They're really not hot. They've been on for like few minutes, but they are not hot. And when the car is moving, I think it'll cool down even better. It has a lot of fins on the back. I don't know, you can see it has a lot of fins for cooling, and the whole thing is super sturdy and nice black aluminum and looks good. Right, this is a wrap. Thank you for watching.